talk about a little bit later. Deshaun Watson, which we're going to talk about right now. Not where you got quarterbacks who are starting from day one or in the middle part of the season and having success. So it's finally came. He's going to play on Monday night. I think if you were going to have him play, you should have had him play last week. Don't put him in the whole situation. And he will be without his main guys for his receiving core. But he has Jordan Howard. He has mobility himself, so you can roll him out of the pocket. Still have Zach Miller. Nice tight end. We will see what happens, with this. I think he might surprise a few people. Now, I'm not going to say Deshaun Watson performance. No. I'm not going to say that. But I will say I think he will give you a positive outlook towards the future. I wasn't on this Trubisky train to start with. And as I started thinking about it, and in camp, they were talking about how well he was doing. It's like he may have a chance. 13 games is not a big sample size playing in college. So there is still a lot to be said, about this. And I brought up Deshaun Watson earlier because after what Deshaun did last week, you had to put Trubisky in the game. This guy was the number 2 overall pick. Deshaun went 12th. And now they don't have the same team, so don't get me. I'm not saying that. The teams are not equal. But you saw the success when Deshaun went in. You saw how the team turned around. And at this point right now, people are talking about Deshaun. It's like, yo, this dude is serious, which they should have known. And I'm not going to get into that whole thing because I get upset, when it comes to, this whole quarterback situation in Houston. But don't discount Deshaun's success escalating or pushing this start for Trubisky a lot sooner than later. They're 1-3 right now, Chicago Bears. Your season is pretty much almost over if you ask the professionals, so you might as well go ahead and see what the kids got. Mike Glennon is not coming back. Why not? It's not going to hurt, not going to hurt at all. Shouts out to my man, Vince Wright, governor of Minnesota, who jumped into the chat room for tonight's show on the Wait a Minute show with your man, Jelani JB Bodie. And I'm going to go to the side for a second before I move into my next topic. Vince wanted to say, Jelani, go Michigan State. Vince, I'll get to that a little bit later, that whole Michigan State. You know how I am. You know how I am about, when you bring up Michigan State, and I'm a Michigan fan, But how about we worry about how them Lions took care of the Vikings? 7 points, bruh. 7 points, bruh. Held y'all to 7 points. So, go Lions. Vince Wright, now take that. Vince Wright said the Bears are losers. Book it. Right now, they are looking like losers. Big L says Minnesota will never win anything. Facts. Wow. Just savage, Big L. And then Vince says we're winning the WNBA crown tonight. It counts. It counts. And shouts out to, I don't even want to say this name, but I got to say it. Rough Buff ATL Takeover, a.k.a. Fuquan Shabazz, is in the building as well. So, back on this whole thing with the Bears, we talked about this earlier with the Danny Trevathan hit on Devontae Adams. So he initially got 2 games. That got reduced to 1 game, which I really, I didn't think he should get any games, on it, because I don't think he did it on purpose. I don't think he tried to take advantage of a vulnerable, receiver. He made a mistake, but I guess you have to pay for your mistakes, because that was a gruesome hit that he put on Devontae. And 1 game, you know what? I can deal with that. I can deal with 1 game, on it. 2 was a little bit too much, because he didn't have a, prior, incidents that would warrant, him doing that. He's not, somebody like a Vontaze Burfict, where you have these instances that he's had in the past, and they're gonna, refer to those, So one game, I'll do it. I won't have a problem with it. I won't complain, about it. I think maybe just give him a nice little fine, and that would have been good. But you got to set the tone. I understand that. You got to let guys know. You got to be smarter than that, because it could have been a lot worse. And his season could have been over, with that head, because it looked like his head was about to come off. Vince Wright want to call the Lions shady. Eminem is from Detroit, so please stand up. Yeah, 3-1 Lions should be 4-0, but we ain't gonna go into that. So it's Wednesday night. It's the Wait a Minute show. Me, my man, Lopan, and we're rolling into tomorrow's matchup, which is Thursday Night Football. And the Tampa Bay Bucks is taking on the New England Patriots. Short week for both teams, of course. The Patriots are coming off a loss to Cam Newton, which was a bananas game that went on, and New England's 2-2 right now. A little bit of a surprise, and we'll get into them a little bit later. But Doug Martin is coming back for the Tampa Bay Bucks. Now the question is will he be a factor? How much of a factor would Doug Martin be into this game? Me, myself, and I'm going to be honest, I got him on my fantasy team. I suck right now, so I think I'm going to play him. But Doug Martin, to me, really gives them a boost. Now, they were saying, it's a short week. He didn't get in that many practices. I get that, but the other thing is he played all preseason, and he got fresh legs. He's the freshest player, on their team. I think they should just go ahead, let him start, see what happens, give him a few carries, see how it goes, and go from there, And I referenced last year to Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon served a 3-game suspension. He played the preseason, got his little reps in, went away for 3 games, came back. Now, he did not come back on a short week, but he was fresh, and he had an awesome, game going into that first game of the season for him, and he balled out, after that. So give Doug Martin a chance. You're going against New England. They are pissed right about now, and we know how New England is when they lose a game that they feel that they should have won and, did not have the success that they initially wanted. They take it out on the next team. So you need everybody you can get, calling all football players. You need everything that you can get. Now, on this game, it's a little bit hard pick. I'm gonna go ahead and give. Well, I'll wait to give you my pick. But on both sides here, you got Jameis Winston, who has turned into. He's not the elite quarterback, but he is a kid that gets it. He is a kid that gets better. They got weapons. Mike Evans, Deshaun Jackson. Now, Deshaun Jackson is a little bit frustrated in his role because he doesn't have the production, that he feels that he should. But you guys are winning right now. So, he's not going to talk too loud, on it. Their defense, decent defense. They're nothing, that you have to fear, especially if you're New England. But you have to keep your head on the swivel with guys, like TJ Ward, and excuse me, Gerald McCoy, and other guys that's on that defense. So it is a respectable defense. Now for New England, these guys, something had to be done with New England's defense, because there's problems all over the place, but the defense, I can say, I didn't have them in the top 10 or anything like that, but I can definitely say that the defense was a surprise to me to be this bad. I think they're ranked number 30th right now in the NFL. When it comes to their defense, that's not good. That's not a Bill Belichick, defense. Now, I'm not saying they're normally 1, 2, or 3 or anything like that, but definitely not near the bottom of the barrel, for a team like New England, that gets the most out of every player, that comes to that team. This game will be, I already forgot. I think this game is in New England. Give me a second. I'll let you know, on that. But because home field will play an advantage, to this game. Running back situation the running back situation is always the same that what it is in New England. It's really the wide receivers. It's where are you going to get this production? That you lost these guys. Some guys have stepped up at times. Some guys, have not. So it hasn't necessarily been the same, game. But this game is going to be at Raymond James Stadium. So it's going to be in Tampa. I'm going to go out on the limb. I'm going to go out on the limb and says, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to roll with New England. I'm going to go with my initial pick. I got New England winning this game because they know they do not want to lose 3 games to start off the first quarter of the year, season and maybe could lose some other games. And right now they're behind the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are number 1 in the AFC East. So I know Fuquan Shabazz is loving that. He's loving me talk about that. The Buffalo Bills being number 1 in the AFC East. So it will be an entertaining game, I think. You got Mike Evans against Malcolm Butler, maybe. Stephon Gilmore may get in there as well, because Malcolm Butler don't travel necessarily with the best receivers. So that will be an interesting matchup. I'm not really worried about O.J. Howard. Really like Cameron Brate is the guy that, for them right now. O.J. Howard is a little bit down the road, but this is probably going to be the best Thursday night game. And I know you would say, well, wait a minute, what about, the Rams and the 49ers? That was good, but that was unexpected good. I think this one will be one that we are looking forward to, and you will be willing to stay up to watch the game. But I'm going to say New England wins a close one on the road against the Tampa Bay Bucks. So I know JB Jennings will not like that, me saying that, but I got to go with, I got to go with what I think, what will happen. So other people that's listening in on the show that's in the chat room as well, Mocha Bella. I met Mocha Bella at TDSS3, so shouts out to Mocha Bella. That boy Chucky, swats up. He's in the building as well, so appreciate you dropping in here, sir, with us. And I know somebody else was in here as well. I don't want to miss everybody. Anybody, I should say. Oh, yeah. Gaylord Irmer, Survivor, Finest is also in here in the building as well. So appreciate you dropping in here, sir, and listening to the show. So that moves me on to, we'll get back to football in a little bit, but I want to get into a little basketball news and somewhat the NBA, but not the NBA. Somewhat NCAA, but not the NCAA, but mostly high school. So LeVar Ball is back into the news, and no surprise there. He always stay in the news. He always stay, relevant, which I'm sure, he likes. But this is not about a shoe. This is not about Lonzo. This is not about playoffs. This is not about who he can beat or anything. This is actually some, not serious stuff, but, some real life stuff. So LeVar has decided to pull LaMelo out of school because he doesn't get along with the coach at the school. So he figured he'll just go ahead, homeschool LaMelo, and he said that These are his words. These are his words. With John Chick of the Score, he said, "I'm going to make him the best basketball player ever." Those are LeVar Ball's